All right, all right. What's going on, good people? Man, we got a holiday treat for y'all today, man. We got two of the best of the best of the best, sir. Man, both these guys need no introduction, but I'm gonna give them one just because they're my dogs. Start off with Siddique, the celebrity trainer. How you feeling, brother?
Man, I'm just happy to be here. I'm just happy to be here.
Man, you make us happy that you are here.
Uh,
And we know Jimmy. How we doing, Jimmy? How we feeling, bro?
Oh man, I'm good. I'm great, man. It's good to chop it up with you guys. We go way back a lot of years, so it's good to
oh
just
yeah.
collab and talk to the people and have a good time.
Yeah, man, and that's all it's about, man. I know that the three of us we have our experience talking to the people and helping people. So I figure, why not get on camera and just talk it out? Cause I hit my dog in the inbox and we was talking. He's like, "Damn, that money changed you." And I'm like, "Man, we should talk about that because money changed. Like,
Oh, I like it.
is it supposed to change me? Is it supposed to not change me?
Mm.
And we ain't talking no real money. Like we ain't talking no Siddique, the personal trainer.
Oh man, come on now.
Right.
Talking that type of money. We just talking whatever figures, right? So like
Right.
a lot of us we could relate to the story of, coming up without having a lot, right?
Yeah.
So as we get older, we acquire things, assets, and things like that. So, does it change you, right? Because most people say change zip code, change your address,
It's
change
fact.
your wardrobe. So,
Come on.
we talk about it, and we definitely want you guys checking in. Shout out to IG, shout out to YouTube, everybody on Facebook. Appreciate you guys, and man, we want y'all to talk to us, guys. Collaborate. Let's go.
Let's have a conversation. Let's have a conversation.
Got to.
Third.
Yeah.
So let me ask our people on here. Jimmy, I'll let you
Yo.
go. How you feel about the topic, man? Do you think money changes people?
Money should change
Mm.
you.
Okay.
Money should change you.
Okay.
You know me, I'm a mindset guy, right?
It's a mindset thing. So,
And now it can change you for in a good way or bad. It can go both ways. You know what I'm saying? And it should change you for the better, meaning that when you come into some money, it should shift your mindset from a consumer to a producer. So when you don't have any money, you're typically a consumer. You're always trying to, find joy in buying material things and, getting a new shiny object. But that's what happens with lottery winners, right? They fall into some money and they still have that consumer mindset. So they're broke again in 5 years. Pro athletes, right? They're broke again in 5 years. It should change you to, hey, I got some capital now. How can I put this money to work to make even more money? You know what I'm saying? So it should change you from, that broke consumer mindset to, hey, how do I grow this to an investor mindset?
that's real.
That's
Now,
real. That's real.
it can go the other way too. I heard I guess I don't want to word it. So I guess they said it didn't change you, but they said money makes you more of who you are.
Mm.
You're already an asshole. Money just make you a bigger asshole.
So it's going to enhance that. Yeah.
Yeah, you said
Something to think about. But I think money should change you. I think it really should. It's my 2 cents on it.
all right. That's real. You said something.
Yeah.
Um, I'll chime in. I'll chime in with the definition of change, right? So since we're talking about it, it means the act of becoming different, right? So becoming different. So when people say, "Man, that money changed you," what they're usually referring to is something negative, as if you're different, right? Right, but you're different in a negative way. Time changes you. At one point, I think Jimmy was jumping out of a gym. You know what I mean? Eventually, you can't just keep jumping over cars like you used to. Now you still got some crazy ups. So I mean, if you've ever seen Phil is one of my favorite football coaches because of his level of intensity. I'm actually, and people gonna be upset when I say this, I've seen him scale it back a little bit on the sidelines, you know. So this guy, so yeah, so there's a certain level of difference in all of us. Time changes you, food changes you. They say never go grocery shopping, you know, when you're hungry, because it's gonna change what you see in the grocery store. You're gonna start to grab something that's a little bit easier. So yes, does money change you? Money changes your perspective. Oh, absolutely, it does. It changes your taste. You know, if you got a lot of money in your pocket, you ordering something different. You know what? Let me get the guacamole at Chipotle. You know, but you know, it's gonna be an extra 139. I looked at the lady like I was rich. I said, man, you know what? Put 2 scoops in then, you know. So yeah, when people say does money change you? Yes. So the real question becomes, does it make you more positive or does it make you more negative? And I think you guys alluded straight to that point. It depends on the person.
Well said. Well said. So, what I want to put on that is kind of piggyback on what Jimmy said about how it's a mindset thing, right? It changes your mindset. Now let's play devil's advocate a little bit, or just kind of throw a monkey wrench in it and say, what if you just came into the money like that? So your mindset didn't change, your actions didn't change. You hit the lottery, you got a lawsuit, you know, something like that, where you still who you are, right? But now you came into this lump sum of money, which I've seen that happen a few times in our community, where some of people, you know, $250,000, 350,000, and they broke in 6 months. So, you know, it's like, all right, did the money change them? You know what I'm saying?
No. I'll let Jimmy take it, and then I chime in.
Okay.
So yeah, when you put it that way, you know, you're right. The money, you know, it would seem, actually, you know what? Like Siddique said, they got more expensive taste. They got more expensive taste. They wanted what they wanted to consume became an upgrade, but they didn't have the habits to sustain the upgrade, so they went back down to where they were. But their taste, their taste, their desires changed. It just went to another level, but it didn't necessarily change their habits. So I guess, you know, when you talk about like what, you know, change could be a broad term, right? You know, their habits stayed the same, but their tastes and desires went up. You know, they want to get the bigger house, the crazy cars, and all that, thinking that money was going to last forever, and they got brought right back down because the habits and mindset didn't change, but the taste and desires went up.
Jimmy's talking about something called lifestyle inflation, everyone. And what lifestyle inflation means is that as you make more, you spend more. So you stay in the exact same place that you're in. If you have $10,000 worth of debt, then you may shift to $20,000 worth of debt. Even though you're making more money, your debt to income ratio stays exactly the same. Lifestyle inflation, right? So when you made $50,000 a year, you were buying things that you couldn't afford. You maybe couldn't afford the Honda Civic. Now you've got $150,000 and you can't afford the Mercedes AMG. So in that situation, your taste change, but to the point you guys are making, it is a mindset. So what happens with lottery winners? Whether a person wins 1 million or a person wins 200 million, the number is 5 years. Within 5 years, 70 to 75% of those individuals will be exactly where they were before winning the lottery. We see it with professional athletes. Professional athletes. Well, he got a big contract of $100 million. I know, but we live next door to each other. So, you know, so now that he's retired. So what happens is it's not the lump sum of money. It's the mindset. But I know Phil is big on this too. Then it becomes, you didn't change the people you were around. Your circle. You know your circle. You around, you got $1 million, but everybody around you make $30,000 a year. It's the law of averages at that point. You know, and the same way, if you make $30,000 a year and everybody around you makes $1 million, it's only going to be a limited amount of time before you move on up.
That's real. That's real. You are what you eat.
Come on, preach, brother.
What you eat. That's well said, man. That's well said. So, I mean, so technically, you could just say that money changes you, or it doesn't change you. Right. So, now let's pivot it a little bit to another part of that. Like, I think you mentioned this earlier, Siddique. Why do we always seem to take that as a negative connotation? Right? Why do we? I mean, because I'm gonna be honest, when you said it, I mean, I knew, what I'm saying, what it was, but I wasn't. But I did think negative. Like, man, what you mean I changed? I'm the same OG. You know what I'm saying? So, why do we tend to go to the negative part of it, immediately, almost right away?
I would say, I think when a lot of people they say it out of jealousy. They see you moving up, they see you making moves, doing things, and they're projecting their insecurity that they broke, that they're not doing anything. Like, oh, bro, you changed. Like, shit, you ain't my guy no. There's envy and there's jealousy in there. So they say it in a negative way. It ain't like, bro, I'm proud of you, man. Like, you've grown so much, man. You've changed for the better. Happy to see you doing big things. That praise doesn't seem to come. It seems to come from a point of like envy and jealousy.
I want to chime in.
Come on.
Jimmy's 100% correct, and I still disagree with him.
Right.
And I disagree, even though I know that he's right. I want to say fear. I want to say fear as opposed to jealousy, because guess what? Now that you're making business moves, now that you're networking, now that you're going to different brunches or you going to different courses and workshops trying to improve where you are financially, because I don't believe in overnight success. But now that you're doing those things, now I don't got access to you to kind of gossip on the phone like I used to. On my way to work, you had the 20, 30 minutes. Now you're listening to an audiobook by Brian Tracy called, How to Be a Millionaire Mindset. So you could take Phil, for instance. We at one point we had unlimited access to Phil. You could call him, you can get him on the phone, you could go by school and see him whenever you wanted to. But now he's busy making moves, busy teaching people how to buy this and flip that and all of these different things. You can't see Jimmy unless you go to the gym. I might want to meet him down at the local Chick-fil-A, but he's not there. I'm there, but he's not there. So what happens is I believe that it's a certain level of growth. It actually starts to incite fear in individuals because you are afraid that you may lose access to the person that you were accustomed to being around.
That's a good perspective.
Absolutely, I like that. I like that. Real quick, I just want to address the Mr. Sutton comment. So we still live on Wednesdays. This is a bonus because it's the holiday, so I figured I'll bring you the best of the best gift wrap. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Yeah. Okay, we got some koi. Money doesn't change anyone. It gives them permission to be who they always were to be. The lack of money for most people is how they reflect their self-esteem. This is why wealthy individuals feel no need to prove themselves. They live in a comfort of being who they are for so long. Impressing others isn't necessary.
Can I say something about this young lady? Yes. She has a business called Minority Business Circle. And her business actually helps businesses get grants, get funding. And she has every minority statistic as far as success and failures in business. And I can honestly say that I've seen her change. And when I say I've seen her change, that statement is true. I've seen her become more of who she always wanted to be. So I just wanted to just give a special shout out to that young lady that's tuned in. Minority Business Circle. If you guys are looking for funding, you're looking for a way to network, these two individuals that's on this call are amazing. And this young lady is a rock star as well. So just wanted to put that out there.
Man, I appreciate that.
That's
And
awesome.
I'm absolutely have to get with Miss McCoy, and we could talk about some things, because I love seeing other people help other people that help people that help,
Absolutely.
right?
Come
So
on now.
that's awesome. That's awesome, and a great comment. Great comment, because money, and that's what I'm learning as I make more money, right? I mean, all right, the cat's out the bag, guys. I make a little more money.
Come on now.
So I am more of who I've been, and that's helping people, right? Like Siddique said, seeing me on the sideline amped up, right? And that's because I'm emotionally passionate about helping people, right? I want to help those football players in that moment be the best that they can be, right? So that's how I, what I'm saying, express that was through passion. And now I've tapered back as we get older. The knees and ankles can't take jumping and running up and down like that.
Come on.
So I have to taper back and just do more, right, from a computer, okay, from using technology to affect and touch and talk to more people, and just network, and it's been a beautiful, great journey. And I'm honored to be amongst the people I'm amongst. So good deal. Oh yeah. So yeah, man, that's a great perspective, Siddique, and that's why I rock with you, man, because you out there, all the way out there.
Here you go. Here you go, man. Here you go.
You know what I always think about, man, and it's funny because I was involved, but indirectly, right? But when you and Queez always used to do, y'all still be rapping on each other's voicemail, man. Is that y'all?
I have a few bars, if that's your question. Yes, I dabble. I have a few bars.
Okay. We might have to bring that back, man.
They never left, respectfully.
Oh, okay.
Respectfully, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's really like that, man. Yeah, I try to be a midget locksmith. I try to stay low key with it, but it's really one of those things where I definitely still do that. So just wanted to put that out there, since we're talking about change and not change, and I felt that was right in line,
Absolutely. A midget locksmith.
Low key. Low key.
My dog.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man. So why don't you tell the people what you got going on, Siddique? What's new with you, man?
Man, what's right in line with the subject? Well, we received the largest health equity grant in the city of Chicago through Blue Cross Blue Shield, and we were commissioned to change the health disparity amongst different zip codes. So with Blue Cross Blue Shield, they were doing exercise classes, and they were giving out fruit, and they were assessing where people were as far as hospital visits. And what they saw is that the exercise classes that we were doing were getting a lot more traction. So I told them, if you guys assist with the funding of what we do, we can impact even more lives, and also bring a positive light to the work that Blue Cross Blue Shield has been doing. So I have been doing free exercise classes. We have an online portal where you can do virtual workouts with us. We have a book that Blue Cross Blue Shield actually funded, where I do weight loss challenges and give away cash prizes. So all of the information from every weight loss challenge that I've done has been compiled into one book. So we've been doing that as well. January is our No Excuse Boot Camp. The year 2 years before, we did the same No Excuse Boot Camp, but we did it in London. And what we've been finding is that the obesity rate that has been affecting African Americans here in the U.S. has been finding its way to other countries. So they've been adopting the negative lifestyle choices that we have here, and we're seeing the rise of high blood pressure that we know is very prevalent in our community. We're seeing the cancer rates go up. We're seeing the stroke rates go up. We're seeing coronary heart disease go up in all of these other countries when it's at its highest here, especially in our community. 3 out of 4 Black women are either overweight or obese. And these aren't statistics that are really shocking if we just walk around. Most guys are usually interacting with a woman that's 4 to 5 inches shorter than them, but 10 to 20 pounds heavier than them. So this is something, and what we're seeing is that it's affecting our community psychologically as well as physically. And Jimmy knows all of these things firsthand. He is actually one of my idols as far as fitness. And,
come on,
and respectfully, I look up to the guy. And if you guys, I hope he has his social media in here. I follow him. But if you guys get a chance, please follow this brother's Instagram, follow all of his social media, because when I say I dabble in the fitness thing, but this guy is what we would call a health and fitness giant. So please follow him, because I follow him, and that's where I get a lot of my stuff from.
Oh, you're too kind, sir. Been watching you in this industry do big things for years.
Yeah. I'm trying. Well, you didn't set the bar a little high, so I gotta try to do something.
Oh man, but that's pretty dope though, man. What you got going on, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and it's something that our community definitely needs, because, like you said, it's in plain sight. It's right in front of us. We don't need to look at statistics and all that. Literally, just go to the neighborhood and just look, right? And that's what you see. And it's crazy because, like, I have a conversation with people, and they'll be like, "Oh, I'm perfectly healthy as long as I take, this med, this med, this med. I'm perfectly healthy." And I don't confront them. I don't want to burst anybody's bubble. But like, if you're on 3 meds, you're not
healthy. You're not healthy. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like, I don't know who told you this. Like, like we got to change some things. Try to get you off the meds.
Yeah. The medicine. We're seeing dialysis is almost. It almost seems as if the dialysis places in our community are replacing McDonald's, because what you're seeing is that they're popping up and being sick. Being out of shape, it's becoming more and more convenient. It's to the point where you're saying you don't want to burst anyone's bubbles, you could get canceled. It's taboo. A person can be 300, 400, 500 pounds, but God forbid that you actually say something about that, because it's like, what? How could you say this about this person? They're a good person, or this or that. And it's like, man, I'm not trying to put anyone down by encouraging them to stay alive.
Exactly.
And if anyone's interested in taking one of our free classes, I'm gonna definitely add it in the chat. We got something January 8th, our No Excuse Boot Camp. It's free to the public. I definitely put it in there, and if you get a chance, check it out. We do borrow some exercises from Jimmy, and we implement them into the class. So if you guys get to come out, it's like a very, very discounted rate that you get to see what bro does.
You say it's January 8th?
January 8th, free at CSO Multiplex. It's going to start at 2:00. It's on a Sunday, when I know outside of football, it's after church. Everyone is usually just relaxing and chilling. If you come to the class, you automatically enrolled in our $1,000 weight loss challenge, where I would give $1,000 to one man, or $1,000 to one woman, and $1,000 to a woman, whoever loses the highest percentage of their total body weight in 2 months. So we're trying to bribe you to lose weight, and we give the money right on the spot, no strings attached. I've seen people come in, come and weigh out, walk out with their big check. If you want that, the check is just for the picture, but you actually get the cash on the spot, and they're just so excited. But they did something that they always wanted to do.
Man,
that's awesome. Great.
That's awesome.
Love to see it.
Now, what city is that in?
That's actually in Chicago. I know you guys are all over the place, man. These guys, when I tell you, man, I'm local. so you guys can find me right outside the Heralds. When you're looking for these guys, you're gonna have to find out where they at, man. I seen Phil one time, man. He was on the back of an alligator. I didn't know what to think of it. I said, bro, what is you doing? So once they, and then Jimmy, man, he goes to neighborhoods where you can't even date. When you say Harold, 2 white guys turn around. They don't even know who you're talking about. So but I'm right in the hood, man. You can find me still in the hood. I ain't changing that.
Man, you talking about some an alligator? That's right, and you did right. Keep walking. When you see me, what Miss will say? You see me fighting the bear, help the bear.
Help the bear.
But no, man, I just want to make sure that people know because I am not local. I'm in the South. So man, you got to bring the show on the road, man.
Man, I would love to. I got to get Jimmy. I got to get Jimmy with me, but we would love to do that, man. We're trying to do more things outside of Chicago. That's what London really opened the doors, and then right after London, we had got booked for Dubai, and then COVID happened, so they weren't allowing anyone in the country. But we're trying to do more international and moving outside of the state of Illinois fitness because everyone is suffering. Where you go to Texas, you go to Florida, you go to Georgia, what we are seeing is that everyone is facing the same health challenges, and it's coming from this exact topic that we're saying. Money has changed people. So you got more money. So guess what? You got a car now. You don't got to stand on a bus or walk around. You got more money. So things become more and more convenient for you. And as your life gets more and more convenient, and then you got access to more and more foods, then what happens is that you're gaining more and more weight. Everyone isn't getting out of shape and unhealthy because they're not doing well financially. What happened to a lot of people is doing well financially actually cost them their health. So, and what I try to encourage everyone to understand is the money that you're making, if you're not investing it, working out with my buddy Jimmy, if you're not investing it, buying your first mobile home and flipping that and doing a lot of things financially with my boy Phil, then guess what you're doing? You're spending it on your diet in an unhealthy way. And that the hospitals need to have that back. And this is a stat for you guys that you already know, over 60% of bankruptcies are taking place because of hospital bills. It's not because a person's running out of money. It's because they are so sick and they've accumulated so much debt because of their poor health choices that guess what? Now you can't afford to live. Now you can't afford to put gas in your car. And you owe Northwestern Hospital $75,000. And now you owe Rush Hospital $125,000 for that gallbladder surgery. So health is wealth.
And now you got a $300 to $500 a month prescription bill added to the fight. I mean, it's dude, I fight with my people about that all the time, man. I'm like, look, get into some type of healthy shape, healthy mindset, right? Let's start there. So you can try to get off these meds because the doctor tell you, well, you can get off this medicine if you do X, Y, and Z. But like you said, it's more easier, more convenient. Just pop the pill and say, oh, well, I need to take this for this time.
And I'll give you guys this. I want Jimmy to chime in on this. I mentioned it in my second book. So we know that diabetes is very prevalent in our community. So I talk about an individual that goes to the doctor and the doctor says, listen, man, I'm letting you know you're type 2 diabetic. The person says, it's okay. It runs in my family. And the doctor response is, well, no one runs in your family. So these generational curses are really generational decisions. So just wanted to put that out there.
No, you're absolutely right. I heard that today earlier too. Nobody runs in your family.
Yeah. That's the real issue.
Oh man, but no, you're right though. I've said it for years. It's like when somebody typically they're overweight and you see the family's overweight. What do you see? You see similar lifestyle habits. You see similar eating patterns, similar activity levels. So what do you think is going to happen? Right? You're going to get similar results. If you look at me, look at my family. There's a lot of people in my family overweight. I'm not overweight because I do something. I live a different lifestyle than they live. I'm the only one that works out. I'm the only one who, tracks macros and weighs my food and all. I do that. Right. I'm in the gym. I've been lifting for, 21 years now. Yeah. Right. But I'm the only one in my family does that. So I'm the only one that has a physique that, I can show off on TikTok every once in a while and thirst trap. And
no. I saw you with your shirt off the other day and I deleted my page. So yeah, I can attest to that. I just said, you know what? I don't even need this page anymore. You know what I mean? I don't know who put the shea butter on you. But the brother was oiled up, and I said I won't subject myself to this level of intimidation, and I just went ahead and deleted my page. But yeah.
I gotta confess too, man. I didn't like it the first time I scrolled it. It had to pop on my timeline the second time. I said, "Well, that's my boy."
Oh yeah.
I'm allowed.
You know,
Yeah, I just wish he'd drop an R&B album, because that's, if you guys follow him, that's what his page looks like. It looks like he's about to release an R&B album featuring Tank. So on his first single. So I just want to put that out there.
2023 is coming.
Yeah, right.
So let's do it.
Yeah, but again, just chiming back, it boils back to habits and decisions, and what did you grow up learning in the environment? I think you touched on that earlier, Siddique. You talked about the money. Like, people don't change the environment. So what happens when you're in the same environment? You adopt the same habits and you get the same results. So if it runs in the family, if it's not necessarily genetic, it may be a genetic predisposition, but at the end of the day, like, what are you doing differently from your family? Right? That would only be a valid argument if you are doing a completely different lifestyle and you still got diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. Then you have a genetic argument there. But if you're living the same and eating the same way that they're doing, like,
Right.
genetics is the convenient excuse, but it boils down to, what are you doing every day?
And spending habits are adopted from your parents. If you have parents that like to save all the time, then you're probably a big saver. If you have parents that are huge impulse spenders, then you're an impulse spender. That's why I really commend these individuals for stepping out of the box and saying, Jimmy saying, I don't want to have the same health challenges as my family, and Phil saying, listen, I was raised a different way, but I want to enact my ability for entrepreneurship, how to invest. These are two people that I want everyone that's really tuned in to listen. These are two people that are self-taught. So they are self-taught and created the information, the insight, the wisdom that you're getting. They went out there, invested money into themselves, and that's what you're getting when you listen to them.
Man, I appreciate that, because it's all facts, man. We definitely self-taught, and definitely want to just step outside the box. And I got to commend you, man, because you've been an entrepreneur before it was fashionable, right? Before it was cool.
Fit for life.
You went out there when people was like, "Oh, Siddique crazy." I'm with
it. Right.
So, and I've seen your grind, brother. 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning workouts. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm like, if you there working them out at 4 in the morning, what time you get there?
Yeah, that's always the question. What time are you actually waking up? Yeah, that's true.
So, but I see the passion and I seen the growth, man. And I just want to commend you and let you know, man, I appreciate you. The community appreciates you, and you still the second funniest dude I know, man.
Here you go. We not. You told us no beef tonight. That was what you promised us backstage before we did the show. You said no beef and no personal attacks.
I did.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So that's always a good thing, and I can't make any promises, but I'm gonna really try to make it to the January 8th thing.
Man, it's gonna be off the chain, man. Our classes are always fun. A best friend of these two individuals, a brother as well, Marquise Cole, has been a part. If you come to the class, you've seen him on the stage doing some of the exercises, jumping around, doing all those type of things. So it's a family affair, man. But I'm just so happy that we're talking about this subject, because so many people think staying exactly the same means that you're doing something right. And just talking about trying to attain more, the thought process and things like that, is something that needs to be discussed publicly.
That's real, man. And I ain't gonna hold you guys too much longer, but I want to share this too. I've had struggles with my weight journey. I mean, I'm on a panel with two of the literally the top trainers in the world. So I always feel like, and both you guys know, I've hit you privately like, hey man, can I get some help on this? Can I get some help on that? And not one time did you guys hesitate to help me. even though I felt in my mind like, oh man, it's like the third time I'm asking for this workout. It's like the fourth time I'm asking for this new nutritional plan. But you guys always, you know what I'm saying, come through for me. And believe it or not, when I do get my mind right, say, okay, I'm gonna go through, you know, this health change and get myself together, I'll revert back to those workouts, to those plans, to those emails that we got. You know, I'm still on your email list, Siddique. And brother, man, it's all love, man. So I want to commend you guys because I'm down 40 pounds. You know,
come on now, come on now, come on, man.
That's a big deal.
That's huge.
And I coming from a diabetic background, I knew it though when I got diagnosed. I call it diagnosed because they just wanted me to pay money for that.
Right.
I got diagnosed. I knew. I said, okay, Phil, you eat 3 Snickers a day.
Yeah.
And not to mention breakfast, lunch, dinner, and all this. So
come on,
took that information, started fasting, started walking, you know, and started moving, and start making moving a habit. Sure. You know, I'm like, some days I only walk for 30 minutes, right? Some days I'm out there, you know, an hour and a half, 2 hours. But if I don't walk that second day, my body get antsy. It's in me, and I'm talking about rain, sleet, or snow. I gotta walk, I gotta move around. And now, talking with you guys, I'm incorporating the weights. You know,
come on,
around with my chest a little bit. You know, and I'm gonna get into some boxing, man. And that's why I want to talk to you, Siddique, too. Yeah, brother. Yeah, man.
Come on.
You know, I appreciate you guys, and man, Siddique, I definitely want to have you on more. You know, we just really getting our feet wet, but you know, the more me and you and Jimmy can talk, I think the better, you know, the universe will be. So,
man, huge.
You know, I appreciate you for stopping through and just laying these gems on us, man, for real. You got me a connection with Miss McCoy, and I can't wait to talk to her. And, you know, and like I said, I'm gonna definitely try to pull up. Is Queez coming on the 8th?
I don't know. You know how he is about, you know, his golfing. So, you know, ever since he found out that I was, when Marquise found out I was a better golfer, it was like he started practicing a lot more.
Is that what's going on? Because I'm
yeah. So I think it was a level of intimidation. You know what I mean? So
man, makes sense.
Yeah. So and then what's the irony is I had told him I was a swinger and he assumed I was talking about golf. But that's for another show. That's for another show, man.
Yeah, man. That's a weekend at the.
That's one of weekend
after
shows.
Hours.
Yeah. Hey, success book, man. I want to give a book. And I know you guys have one. I'm just get a basic one. We're gonna go Napoleon Hill. We're gonna go Napoleon Hill. So that's gonna be my book for today. I want to just give them a book. Think and Grow Rich. So that's mine. Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. That's my book for everyone tuned in. You can't go wrong starting with the basics. I need to start reading some of the stuff you two guys are reading, but I just want to throw a basic one out there for the listeners.
Man, that's dope because I'm writing that down right now.
That's a dope. You can't go wrong with Think and Grow Rich.
Can't go wrong with Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill. Cannot go wrong.
Facts.
Yeah. So since we're going to the books, I'm gonna throw this out there. I don't know who the author is because I'm new to the book thing, but I am reading Never Split the Difference. And with that,
Chris Boss.
Yes. I'm typing it in right now. It's a negotiating book, everybody.
Great book.
Hey, Broden gave us a negotiating book.
Don't ever
I got an audio book.
Don't ever sell yourself short. So yeah, guys, Never Split the Difference. That's my book recommendation.
All right, I got that.
I guess I'll throw one out there. I'm gonna go Napoleon Hill 2.
Okay.
Follow after you read Think and Grow Rich. Read the book he wrote right after that, Outwitting the Devil.
I never read that one. Oh, you petty. Okay. Outwitting the Devil. I never read that one. You got me upset.
It's a little known Napoleon Hill book. So the story behind Outwitting the Devil is a book he wrote right after Think and Grow Rich. And he thought that, like, essentially this, you know, the 1930s, 1920s. Back then, he thought he would get canceled for releasing this information. because he talks about, when he talks about the devil, he talks about how like negativity controls people's mind. He calls it the devil, but he talks about how the devil uses the media, the education system, religion to control people's mind and get people to think that they're thinking for themselves, but they're really being brainwashed. It's a phenomenal book. It's almost as if he read it in 2020 instead of 1920. Like I wouldn't have, and the audiobook, amazing. If you don't like to read, the audiobook, best audiobook I've ever listened to.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, you just hit me with this one because I didn't ran through Think and Grow Rich about 4 and 5 times, and you and Miss McCoy is saying that that's better than okay. So all right, wait till we meet again, fellas. Wait till we meet again.
Now I got I'm gonna put Miss McCoy. She got a book alert for us, guys. So new book alert: Build the Damn Thing by Catherine Finney. For those who start business, I like it.
Look that one. I haven't heard of that one.
But build it, because business is about systems. Life is about systems, habits.
Hey, now I just typed this in. The lady who has this book also has a podcast. She's the founder and general managing partner, a business partner. So, okay, so she's not only got the book, but she's got this podcast called Build the Damn Thing. All right, I'm pulling that one up. That's what we're doing. Catherine Finney.
That's what's up.
I'm gonna check it out, definitely.
Yeah, she's a sister too. Come on now.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Man.
See, man, that's just gems right there, guys. It's gems.
Yeah, next door to Osco, we call him Jules. Bars. Let Marquise know that. Bars when he's ready. He's ready.
Where is Queen? He probably on the golf course. Like, where is Queen?
He texted me. He's his son got his first varsity bucket. Shout out to my godson.
Oh, come on.
Varsity bucket. Yeah. I haven't seen the video yet, but I'm gonna assume it's a dunk on somebody.
Come on now, nasty. MJ.
What they do when they do it, they do that now. Yes. But guys, man, we've been on for 40 plus minutes. And again, we just want to thank everybody for participating, for checking us out. Absolutely thank, the guys for giving us the game and these book recommendations. That's big for me because, like I said, I'm out here walking and it's crazy how one habit compounded by another one turned into another one, and then next thing you know, money done changed.
Come on, man. Come on now.
For the better. So, man, guys, we appreciate everybody tuning in. Siddique, we got to have you on again, brother. I mean,
anytime.
Coordinated. I appreciate that. Like I said, no hesitation. He was like, give me a time and give me a day feeling. We got the thing done. So, guys, we will be back tomorrow with our Tribe Called Wealth podcast. And, man, we look forward to seeing you guys. Any closing words, guys?
Closing words. I'm gonna say what Siddique said. Health is wealth. Health is wealth, guys.
Health is wealth. And then mine, since Jimmy want to steal my stuff. You are what you think. So you are what you think.
Love it.
Thoughts become things.
All right. Yeah. Great show. We're gonna end on that. Peace.